Welcome back to Hannity. We continue with our live studio audience this Friday night. Now it's time for the Hannity Hot Seat, and we are joined by two of the 6 House members, those that have been against Kevin McCarthy in every vote to date. Now, the question tonight is, will their opposition continue in the next vote, which is likely in less than an hour? And joining us now, Colorado Congresswoman Lauren Boebert and Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz. Good to see you both. I've been in contact with you both this week. Matt yelled at me
Sean.
once or twice. By the way, Laura, Congresswoman, can we settle something? We had a passionate debate this week.
We did. Hey,
Now,
Sean, I welcome you to get passionate like that all the time because LaurenForFreedom.com blew up that night.
I hope I raised a lot of money for your next campaign or helped you raise money. But I said to you during that debate, it's interesting how people perceive things. I said, there's probably very little we disagree on. And where I was frustrated was, well, you didn't answer the question. And I have a pet peeve about that. But it's not, I've never been opposed to you. And I said on the air the next day, I said, no, we were texting after the debate. And I said, no, we're friends. We just had a disagreement in terms of whether or not the agenda items were in cement. I thought they were. Did you perceive it the same way?
Sean, I thought it was a very exhilarating debate that we had. And usually I'm one of the 20 people who are opposing something and you are cheering on. So, we just were on a different side on this issue. And then, of course, there were others on the show like Trey Gowdy that said that we were on there just for personal gain and holding out for that. And nothing could be further from the truth. Myself, Matt Gaetz, and every single one of the 20 conservatives that demanded these changes did so for the good of the country, full stop.
Where are you tonight on Kevin McCarthy?
Well, I believe that when this is all over, everyone from the Speaker's office to my more moderate colleagues, even friends and allies that I've exchanged some tough words with, like yourself, we will work together to deliver historic fundamental changes in D.C. We will have conservative solutions on important issues facing the American people. So we'll see how tonight goes. I think that there are some things that we need to get locked in and make sure that we are able to deliver on these promises.
Are you confident, say, by Monday, the latest, that this will be over and Kevin will be the speaker and you will have the assurances that you need that all the agenda items you have campaigned on and that you fought for are going to be implemented by the new Congress?
I sure hope by Monday we see something that is promising to deliver for the American people. And I truly believe that after months of the negotiations that we've seen and a few extra days even of being assembled on the House floor, Republicans are going to be far more prepared to lead and more prepared to govern than ever before.
Matt Gaetz, where are you tonight?
Well, Sean, this has never been about me or Kevin McCarthy. It's about the American people. And the American people want to know that the rules of the House of Representatives would never allow something like this terrible, horrendous omnibus bill to ever pass ever again. And that's what Congresswoman Boebert and I have been working on. And while I know that sometimes these discussions can be a little awkward up front, I guess it's like a prenuptial agreement that you'd be preparing. Sometimes there can be some uncomfortable moments in the preparation, but it can be necessary. I am excited and encouraged. I am grateful that Speaker-designate McCarthy has been so receptive to each and every change that we have demanded. And Sean, we're at the stage right now where I'm running out of stuff to ask for. I mean, read the bills, have a balanced budget, have a border plan. Yes. Kevin McCarthy is agreeing to all these things. And again, it's never been about him. It's been about draining the swamp, making this a more honest, transparent, open place. And we may have a few finishing touches. We may be able to get this resolved tonight, but I am proud of the entire Republican conference, and we're going to be stronger and more unified and more able to hold this administration accountable because we have had these early moments of sorting things out.
So we had communication in December, pretty early in December, and you're free to talk about anything you want. And my admonition to a number of people, because I saw all of this coming, I would have preferred that it happened before January 3rd. We ultimately seem to have gotten there. Was I wrong in anticipating that this was headed in this direction? Would it have been better to maybe do it behind closed doors?
Well, Sean, I love you, but if I would have voted for Speaker McCarthy when you asked me to on Monday, we wouldn't have the spending caps. We wouldn't have points of order available for members. So I would say
you may love me, but that's not what I asked you.
We did very well driving a hard bargain.
What I said was, correct me if I'm wrong, I wanted everybody early on, way before January 3rd, to get in a room, lock the door, check their egos, check your phone, fight it out behind closed doors, and be ready on January 3rd. Now, with that said, you know what? None of this has ever bothered me. I think at the end, if this would go on another week, I think it would drive the American people nuts. But ultimately, it is the agenda to save this country. This country's in a mess. The Democrats have run this country into a ditch. This president doesn't know what day it is. Look at the debt. Look at energy policy. Look at our borders, our southern borders. We need a united Republican Party to fight hard. I think we now have that. Is that a fair statement, Matt Gaetz?
I really think that we are coalescing around that vision. I'm very optimistic about where we are right now. Good. But we simply would not allow business as usual to continue. And that wasn't personal toward anyone. That was a problem with Washington that existed under both Republicans and Democrats. And Lauren Boebert and I hear from our constituents that they want this town to change. And these fundamental changes, if we can get the finishing touches on them, they will far outlast Lauren Boebert and I. They will far outlast Kevin McCarthy. And they will be there to deliver for the American people and stop these terrible spending bills that are pushing our country into debt and borrowing against the futures of the next generations.
I think we just disagreed at different points. I know things had been agreed to behind closed doors, and maybe it didn't filter down to the rank and file, but also people did want an agreement. They wanted it in writing. They wanted greater commitments. I really don't fault anybody for that. At the end of the day, it's about the country. It's about serving your constituents. It's about the American people and serving them. They are the people that would get hurt if you don't do your job. Anyway, Congressman Gaetz, always great to have you. Congresswoman Boebert, you know what? Thank you for having a passionate debate, and we fully support your candidacy. Already, I'm endorsing you for your next term. Okay, so everybody knows.
Thank you so much. I hope people still go to LaurenForFreedom.com, even when it's peaceful.
Sure, why not? I'm coming on Hannity. I might as well get a plug in for the website in my next election. I love it.